I'd like to get the meeting started. We're waiting for a couple of more commissioners. They're on their way. Welcome to the 4th Precinct Marathon Oil Headquarters. Thank you to Whitney Walton. Where are you? Marathon Oil? Oh, okay. Well, we're here, okay. We're here at Marathon Oil Headquarters. No, oh, I'm sorry, that's what it says. That's what it says on my agenda. I apologize. Marathon Petroleum. Okay, thank you. Well, would you like to just tell us real quickly about where we're at and the difference, and so we can get it right? Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Thank you for explaining that. Appreciate it. We just got a quorum, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to call the meeting to order. It's our Thursday, September 11th, 6:30 meeting in the community, and we have an invocation that will be given by Chaplain Jeremiah Baker, and I believe they're in person. Great, thank you.
Let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, God, we say thank you for another day of life, health, and strength. God, even right now, we say thank you for this meeting. Lord, we pray that the agenda is met. Even now, Lord, all of these commissioners, this great department, Lord God, we ask that you bless them and you keep them. But more importantly, Lord, we ask that you cover this city, cover this community, every community that's impacted by the representatives that's underneath the sound of my voice. We ask that you bless them. You stay with them. It is in Jesus Christ's name that I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chaplain. Next, we're going to go to the secretary, who will do the roll call for us, please.
Madam Chair, Commissioner DeWalsh,
Present.
Commissioner Bernard,
Attorney Linda Bernard, District 2, present.
Commissioner Woods,
Present.
Commissioner Banks Commissioner Bell is excused. Commissioner Burton is excused. Commissioner Carter.
Here.
Commissioner Jones.
Present.
Commissioner Moore.
Present.
Commissioner Smith.
Present.
7 present, Madam.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask for approval of September 11th's agenda.
So move.
Second.
Support, Madam Chair.
It's been moved by Commissioner Moore, seconded by Commissioner Bernard. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. We also have, if I could get a motion to approve the the August 28th minutes.
So
August
moved.
20,
Support.
it's been moved by Commissioner Bernard, supported by Commissioner Moore. All those in favor, any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have a second set of minutes, and those are for September 4th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
So move, Madam Chair. Robert Jones.
It's been moved by Mr. Jones.
Second.
And seconded by Commissioner Bernard. All those in favor indicate, any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. And then now we have a motion to approve going into, the closed session meeting minutes of September 4th. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
It's
Second.
been moved by Commissioner Moore, seconded by Commissioner Bernard. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Madam Secretary, could we have an introduction of the BOPC staff, chief, elected officials, representatives, and community leaders?
Madam Chair, registered at this time, BOP staff as well as OCI are as follows. And the paper escapes me. Mary Barber, Teresa Blossom, Drew Freeze, Armesia Joshua, Candace Hayes, Dior Mathis, Felicia Tyson, Janya Underwood. We also have Corporation Counsel Mallet, Chief Investigator Warfield, and we also have Investigator Justin St. Clair from OCI. Representatives registered at this time are members and officers of the 4th Precinct, as I understand will be introducing themselves a bit later, as well as the commander and the captain from 4th Precinct. And those are, we also have former Commissioner William Davis, and the president of the 4th Precinct Community Relations is Armenia Ramirez. And those are all that I have registered at this time, Madam.
And Ms. Ramirez is a former police commissioner as well. Thank you for being here, both of you. Can the record reflect that Commissioner Banks is present? There is no BOPC officers report, but we have several resolutions that we're going to be presenting today. And the first one is going to be presented by Commissioner Moore. It's a resolution, well, I'll let him read the resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a resolution honoring the Hispanic Police Officers Association of Michigan. Whereas the Hispanic Police Officers Association of Michigan has proudly served as a bridge between law enforcement and the community for more than 3 decades. Originally founded by police officers Manuel Pompa and Rabba Ayala, it was revitalized in 1994 by Officer Javier Chapa and then Sergeant John Serta of the Detroit Police Department. The association was built on the values of cultural pride, representation, and service. And whereas the association's founding mission was simple but powerful, to serve with integrity, build trust, and create opportunities for the next generation of leaders. It continues that mission under the current leadership of President David Vasquez, who has strengthened the organization's role as a voice for both officers and the communities they serve. It is a mission that resonates powerfully in Detroit, a city built on the strength of immigrants and diverse cultures. And whereas through community outreach, mentorship, and scholarship programs, the Hispanic Police Officers Association of Michigan is not only supporting officers today, but also inspiring the officers of tomorrow. Its commitment extends to fostering a sense of unity and belonging by hosting events that bring people together. Its programs also strive to make a positive and lasting impact on the lives of those served by its police officers. And whereas the association believes that diversity in policing is not just representation, it is strength. By celebrating heritage, engaging with residents, and investing in youth, the Hispanic Police Officers Association of Michigan proudly helps build a stronger, safer, and more united Detroit. And whereas each year the United States of America recognizes September 15th to October 15th as National Hispanic Heritage Month, as the Hispanic Police Officers Association of Michigan and its members diligently fulfill its mission every day, the annual observance is a fitting time to honor the association and the diaspora of the Hispanic community as a whole for its important history and role in the community, the Police Department, and the City of Detroit. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Police Commissioners recognizes the Hispanic Police Officers Association of Michigan and its important history and impactful role. The community, police department, and the City of Detroit have benefited greatly for 30 years from the association's revitalization and commitment to professional excellence, community service, and strong police-community relations. Move to adopt, Madam Chair.
There's a motion on the floor to adopt a resolution just read. Is there a second?
Second.
It has been seconded by Commissioner Jones. Is there any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Can President Vasquez come to the front, please?
My man, yeah. Got it from the back. That's what I got.
Well, good evening, everyone. I just want to say thank you to the chair and everybody here today. This is an honor to receive this award here, and I'm lucky. This organization is lucky because you know, we're able to see strong leadership in our community and to be supported by strong leaders such as our board here. I mean, we got Ricardo Moore, Eva DeWash, our chief here, strong supporter. My members here, Minnie Ramirez, just and our captain and commanders here, they're always supporting the organization. So this means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the organization that I'm able to receive this award on their behalf and to be surrounded by great leaders. So we're going to continue doing what we do in the community, which is support, and man, it feels good to be Latino, so thank you.
Thank you so much. We have another resolution, and I'm going to ask Commissioner Carter if she would read that resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This was a resolution brought forth by Commissioner Burton because the team is a part of his district. This is a resolution supporting restoration of the Eastside Colts 2025 season. Whereas youth sports are vital to ensuring children learn social and life skills that help make them productive and thriving members of society. Organized sports offer positive ways for youth to spend time and energy as they grow up. Competition provides a healthy and structured activities while allowing youth to learn important lessons about fairness, personal responsibility, group dynamics, and sportsmanship, as well as how to handle defeat and victory. And whereas the Detroit Police Athletic League, in partnership with the Detroit Police Department, was founded to provide recreational, educational, and mentoring opportunities for youth achievement. PAL deserves accolades for its organized sports leagues that have benefited generations of Detroit youth and their families, including the sports and cheer teams for the Eastside Colts. And whereas the Eastside Colts and their cheer team recently saw their 2025 season suspended by PAL. The teams, which are comprised of youth ages 12 and under, were looking forward to playing with their best friends, with their friends and their teammates, and having a great season. Sadly, the Colts season was canceled due to the appalling behavior and actions of adults, who rightly have been suspended. However, the children did nothing wrong and are suffering an unjust punishment. The cancellation of the season is unfair to the youth. It also teaches the wrong lesson about standards of personal behavior and responsibility. And whereas research shows youth participation in organized play and learning activities lessens the risk associated with crime, especially the gun violence that is now a major public health threat in Detroit and throughout the United States. Restoration of the Colts season after the installation of new coaches is in the public interest, and as well as in the best interest of the impressionable youth and their families. It also is aligned with the long-held mission of PAL in serving and uplifting community youth. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Police Commissioners calls upon the Police Athletic League to work with the Eastside Colts on an equitable resolution to restore the 2025 season for the team by ensuring the Colts have new coaches committed to PAL values for youth sports. Madam Chair, I move adoption of the resolution.
Support.
The motion has been made to adopt the resolution by Commissioner Carter, supported by Commissioner Moore. Is there any discussion? Oh, go ahead, sir.
Yes, Madam Chair, I would like to know if any conversations been had with PAL in terms of discussing this issue and finding out the dynamics in terms of what was the results of the investigation on what happened, instead of I agree with it in concept, but we don't know exactly what happened. So that's very, very important to know.
Any, Commissioner?
So Commissioner Burton is not here. Based on what I know personally, there has been conversations with I think he's the executive director of PAL. However, many of the teammates, the team members, have gone on to other leagues. So I think that this is just support for the organization to do something better next time, to think about what they can do differently to support those kids that don't have the football team or the cheerleading team this fall.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Any other comments? Go ahead, Commissioner Banks.
Through the chair. Did I hear that, I want to make sure, I'm not saying I heard this, but did I hear correctly that Commissioner Burton is the director of PAL or something?
No,
Okay. All right.
just that he spoke with the executive
Now,
director.
who's the director of PAL that you just mentioned?
I didn't mention that.
As Commissioner Carter read the resolution, she was saying somebody is the what, director of PAL or something like that?
There is a director of PAL, and there's a foundation for
But
it.
we'll just forget about that. But anyway, we go move on. But I was inspired on how our youth are being taught on how to deal with victory and defeat. I thought that was very powerful, that was spoken on how to deal with victory and defeat. Our youth are being taught that, on how to deal with victory and defeat, because, when you know how to deal with victory and defeat, that'll take you a long ways in life, especially that being instilled in our youth today.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, there is a motion. It's been seconded. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No. Yep.
The motion carries. Thank you. We have another resolution, and Commissioner Carter will be reading that, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a resolution honoring Ann Byrne. Whereas Ann Byrne is a dedicated community leader who has selflessly shared her time, resources, and expertise with neighbors and stakeholders for decades as a part of her mission to uplift the city of Detroit and her beloved Southwest region. She is a tireless advocate for neighborhoods in every community and for every family, and whereas for nearly 50 years, many of her outstanding contributions have been made in improving public safety and building bridges between residents and the Detroit Police Department. In 1976, Ms. Byrne joined the Southwest Hope Radio Patrol, a program supported by the police department. She has been an active dispatcher and officer ever since she joined, and she never has been deterred by the hour of the day, the weather conditions, or any challenge, including the heydays of the arson fires during the Halloween period. Over the years, she has also served as the West Side Vice President for all radio patrols and a citywide trainer who educated countless others in serving their neighborhoods. And whereas Ms. Byrne is a graduate of the prestigious Detroit Police Citizen Academy, she also has participated in other community preparedness programs and has extensive training in emergency response, active shooter training, and first aid, including CPR. Her skills and knowledge, including her expertise in environmental safety and her professional experience in the environmental industry at the Fermi 2 power plant and other companies, have been tremendous assets for the entire community. And whereas she is currently the president of the Springdale Widmer Block Club, the treasurer of the Southwest Hope Radio Patrol, and a member of the 4th Precinct Police Community Relations Council. In addition, she is the president of Friends of Patton Park and represent the group on the Detroit Parks Coalition, where she also serves on the subcommittee working for park and greenway safety in partnership with the Detroit Police Department. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Police Commissioners, speaking on behalf of the residents of the great city of Detroit, recognizes Ann Byrne for her tireless contributions for strengthening public safety and police community relations. Our city is forever indebted to her as a backbone of the community and for her invaluable contributions to the 4th Precinct, the Detroit Police Department, and Southwest Detroit. Madam Chair, I move adoption of the resolution.
There's a motion to adopt the resolution by Commissioner Carter.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Bernard. Is there any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, can I ask Ms. Byrne and her family to come up so I can present the
Absolutely.
resolution? Thank you.
First of all, just thank you to everyone who actually made this possible. If we didn't have a city committed to having a board of police commissioners, to having police community relations, and a radio patrol program, this wouldn't happen. This award at my service wouldn't exist. So thank all of those people. Thank our beautiful 4th Precinct Community Relations team. You're my 3rd precinct. Started in number 16, went to 8, and 25 years in number 4. And when they threw that 1976 number out, you know, now I'm dated. But I just want to say, it's very important to note that number right after the previous resolution, because we also have a member of the BOPC Youth Advisory Team here, and it's just as important to be teaching students, young people, conflict resolution, and I know from my generation on down that's been lost, but it's also equally important, like in the Explorer programs, to involve youth from the beginning. We don't need to lose them. The Radio Patrol program used to allow you to be a dispatcher at the age of 14, which is how that 1976 got in there. And 16, you could be on the road with parental permission and a relative. Keep the youth involved, engage them, and never lose them, and you will have your next generation of public servants. So I thank you for all those programs that make that happen and all the people in my life who allowed me to do this.
Congratulations, thank you. And we have another resolution honoring Ms. Emma Mullins.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. Resolution honoring Ms. Emma Mullins. Whereas Emma Mullins is a lifelong resident of Southwest Detroit. She grew up in Delray, the melting pot neighborhood nestled by the interstate, the river, and the thriving industrial sector that made Detroit a global economic giant. A proud alumnus of Southwestern High School, Mrs. Mullins has dedicated herself to organizations and projects that restore or enhance the beauty and safety of Southwest area neighborhoods and parks. And whereas Ms. Mullins is very active in the community, where she and her husband, Reverend Leon Mullins, made their home and raised their family. She is a part of the original United Citizens of Southwest Detroit and a regular at its monthly meetings. She is an active supporter and participant with the 4th Precinct, the Police Community Relations Council, and the many successful beautification and outreach projects done through the strong partnership between the police officers and the residents. Because Ms. Mullins rarely says no when she can help people. The recent 4th Precinct backpack giveaway saw her distributing items with their great-grandson at her side. And whereas Ms. Mullins prefers to be a part of the solution and never a part of the problem, a retired daycare provider, she is a mentor to youth, chaperones school field trips, and welcomes new families to the neighborhood. She is a great resource to all for information about the community and city ordinances, and also leads by example. Ms. Mullins purchased a lot next to her home and turned it into a lovely flower garden. When the city sidewalk fell into disrepair, the city crews never fulfilled years of promises to fix it. Ms. Mullins hired a contractor and had the sidewalk repaired at her own expense. Her many acts of kindness and service to her neighbors and the 4th Precinct have made Ms. Mullins a loved and respected pillar of the community. Therefore, be it resolved, the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners, speaking on behalf of the residents of the great city of Detroit, recognizes Ms. Emma Mullins for her tireless contributions to strengthening public safety and public police community relations. Our city is forever indebted to her as a backbone to the community and for her invaluable contributions to the 4th Precinct, the Detroit Police Department, and Southwest Detroit. Madam Chair, I move adoption of the resolution.
So moved, Madam Chair. Robert Jones.
The motion has been made by Commissioner Carter and seconded by Commissioner Jones. Is there any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Madam
Thank you.
Chair.
And we ask Ms. Mullins if she's here to come forward.
And her family, I'm sorry. Yeah.
And her family.
Thank you. And this is Tyrone's pastor. Many of you know State Representative. He's been a part of, I think, since he was a kid.
Oh, wow.
And since his mom was, yes. So he's definitely a neighborhood person, and yes, this is part of his family.
It's beautiful. Yes.
Okay, we just want to say thank you for all the help that I've had in the community and help with me being able to do things that the city did not see fit to do. because I want our community to be strong. I want it to be safe. I want us to have a quality of life there. So as long as I'm able, I'm going to keep trying. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. At this time, Commissioner Vice Chair Woods is going to be providing a scholarship presentation.
Want to ask Amulian to stand up. Amulian is a first year in YAP, and he's co-lead advocate of the Youth Advisory Panel. Phenomenal young man. I've heard him speak. Saw him engage, and the Board of Police Commissioners. We have a youth advisory council, and under my chairmanship, I thought it was fitting to be able to at least start investing in our young people. And so I wanted to come up with a scholarship for our youth that's in our Youth Advisory Council. And we asked them to submit a letter, and requests for the scholarship. And he was selected by his peers. I didn't select him. No one on this board selected him, but his peers. It was peer-led all the way through. But we saw fit to make this investment. He has spoken to the board several times, so most of us should know him. He's a remarkable young man. He submitted the application for the scholarship, and I'm pleased to award this fresh $1,000 scholarship to Mulian. Before you make your remarks, I would like to make the motion. Well, I don't have to make a motion. We just made the presentation, and we ain't got no motions to make. Okay. The money is there.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Well, good evening, everybody. Honorable chairs, commissioners, now Chief Beresed, good evening, everybody, and members of the community. My name is Amulan Rasmes. I'm a business student, as the commissioner mentioned, at Wayne State University, and the executive director of the nonprofit Next Gen Detroit. I want to invoke here the late Robert F. Kennedy. When he was running for his campaign in 1968, he often remarked the Irish poet's words, "Some see the world as it is and ask why. Others dream of what could be and ask why not." This came at a time when the nation was engulfed in political and social unrest. It mirrors some of the things we're witnessing today. Yet those words provided a nation, countless Americans, and specifically young people, the vision and the hope to envision new possibilities and to try to center hope and justice as they try to rebuild existing systems. The establishment of this board some 51 years ago is a testament to what's possible when a people, the great people of Detroit, I might say, worked relentlessly to not only dream, but to turn that vision into reality. In doing so, they reimagined what public safety could look like in this city. And in establishing the Youth Advisory Panel 3 years ago, empowered a new generation, and a critical one, to participate in both the prosperity and the safety of this great city. I'm honored to receive this scholarship from Vice Chair Woods and humbled by the whole board's commitment to the next generation. My time on the Youth Advisory Panel has been filled with great learning and the opportunity to collaborate, not only with you all, but various stakeholders as we work to advance public safety and, more importantly, youth engagement in that process. Now, as we work to reduce youth-related crime, somebody mentioned earlier that it's an epidemic. That is true. I'm convinced and I'm hopeful that this model of direct youth engagement will continue to yield innovative strategies that directly address the core root issues and inspire all of us to partake in building that brighter future. Turning this vision into reality is going to require all of us to seek proximity to youth at the emergence, those who are not going to be here but are going to be far away in distant parts of the city, and inspire them to envision what could be and actively participate in that shared future. Together, I'm convinced that we can work with the next generation, inspire them to be part of the solution, and in doing so, advance that bold vision of creating a city that is both safe and prosperous. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rasmus. Congratulations. And I would say we have a future politician, or you should consider joining the police department. Thank you. And thank you to Commissioner Vice Chair Woods for spearheading this initiative. Great idea. Everybody agrees. And we also want to thank Ms. Blossoms, who works with the Youth Advisory Group. So thank you to everyone involved. We are preparing our future leaders, our future department, Detroit Police Department leaders, and so congratulations again. Next on the agenda, we have the Chief of Police report. Hello, Chief Bedison, thank you.
Buenos tardes.
Buenos tardes. Yeah, yay.
So it feels good to be on the southwest side and at the 4th Precinct. I used to actually be the commander at one time when it was the Southwest District, and so enjoyed my time here. And oftentimes when folks ask me, they ask me a very tough question, and I have a tough time with really giving a good answer. But I'm gonna tell you what the question is, and I'll be able to give you a good answer, and then I'll get into my report. So folks will say, Chief, what is your hobby? I'm like, Well, guess what? Guess what my hobby is, my new hobby? Learning Spanish.
Learning Spanish, yay.
So, I plan on, and with me joining the Hispanic Police Officers Association of Michigan, with the president sitting over there, Mr. David Vasquez, and some others, I will be fluent next year.
Oh, yeah.
I will. It's a good time to be the chief of police in the city of Detroit. Just what we've heard today with the young man, Mr. Rosquez and with his report out, and I was so happy. I actually met him when he was in the mayor's office, and I knew that he was going places. So when he asked for a reference to be a part of the Police Commissioners Youth Advisory Board without reservation, I gave him that reference. And so he has not let us down. Very, very proud of you, young man. To Miss Ann and Miss Mullins, I thank you. I thank you both because this is what it's really about. And I'm going to jump to some statistics really quickly because I want to talk about the 4th precinct, and it will be a presentation as well. But when community does what they need to do in being actively involved, the best crime deterrent is a nosy neighbor.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than that. So with radio patrol, eyes and ears in those strong block clubs, and that community engagement and wraparound, you make it to the point that you don't even need a CVI in your area because over in this area, they don't have a CVI, but they got some of the lowest crime around. The 4th precinct, year-to-date criminal homicide rate, you're down 66.7%. Last year you had 12, this year you have 4. In every category of violent crime, in the 4th precinct, you're down double digits. If you go to sexual assaults, you're down 30%. You go to aggravated assaults, 20%. Non-fatal shootings, 19%. Robberies, 30%. Carjackings, 20%. Burglary, 14%. Larceny, 20%. Motor vehicle theft, 23%. Some of the lowest crime rate in the city is right here. And so I give it up to the hardworking men and women of the Detroit Police Department and this community. Muchas gracias. Continue on. I'll talk a little bit about some of the recent activities. We continue on with narcotics enforcement on September the 4th. Following an investigation, the Detroit Police Narcotics Unit officers executed a search warrant in the 10,300 block of Crocus Lawn and also the 1,400 block of Pinewood. Officers made felony arrests, confiscated items, cocaine, fentanyl, methamphetamines, white powder, 3 firearms, 1 rifle, 2 handguns, approximately $1,500 in cash. Also, quite frequently, what we've recently been seeing on the news is horrific accidents on Gratiot. And so Gratiot is a state road. It's a wide road. And as a result, people, when you have those large roads like that, multiple lanes, they tend to speed and go very fast. On some of the city roads that we've owned, such as Livernois, we were actually able to get grants and put in traffic calming mechanisms. On a state road, it's a little bit difficult, but however, I will be putting in requests and working with the state to see what we can do to put in some infrastructure that can deal with it as well. But in the interim, I've stepped up traffic enforcement on Gratiot tremendously. We'll have an operation, so I'm having one this weekend during the nighttime hours, but been doing it. But just wanted to let you all know that that's been an issue over on Gratiot. So I'm forewarning anybody, if you're gonna be going down Gratiot this weekend, I'm giving y'all the an open book test. Cops are gonna be out there and they'll be doing a lot of traffic enforcement. Over the past 2 days, the traffic enforcement unit have wrote 242 speeding tickets. They've investigated 277 vehicles. Unfortunately, we still had a fatal accident on Gratiot on Tuesday, hours after our enforcement effort. So we're going to be doubling down, and we will come up with long-term solutions to address the issues on Gratiot, and we're just stepping up enforcement when it comes to traffic, because that's a #1 community concern right there. So we have our violent crime, which we're constantly addressing, but I am a person who believes we have to do it all. So whether it's violent crime, we also have quality of life, and the citizens of the city of Detroit deserve to have the same quality of life and standard as our suburban counterparts as well. We did have one case that got quite a bit of media attention last week, and it was the Porta Potty criminal sexual assault case. And so on Tuesday, September the 9th, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office denied charges for sexual assault in the Porta-John incident that happened at Van Antwerp Park. Unfortunately, there were circumstances inconsistent with the evidence and circumstances provided by the victim. The incident remains under investigation, as we have learned that the suspect, Yep, they knew each other, and it was an agreed-upon incident, and she was upset because the suspect didn't pay. So we continue to investigate that right there, and if we get the appropriate information, we possibly will submit charges for the alleged victim making a false felony police report. Today was a good day and a solemn day, as today is 9/11. And we all can remember exactly what we were doing 24 years ago when those planes struck the buildings. And so we lost a lot of Americans, we lost a lot of first responders, and our thing is we will never forget. We have lived through that history, and in perpetuity, from now on, in the United States of America, we will, on 9/11, continue to come together and pay our respects to the ones who lost their lives for our freedom in this country. Tomorrow is a good day. One of my favorite parts about being police chief is we have the graduation for class 2025H. And so we're gonna have a brand new 20 student police officers that will become police officers. They'll take the oath and they will start working on the streets of Detroit. I did speak to the class and I asked, I said, what does that H mean to you? What does the H stand for? And you know what they said? Hard working. They said, Chief. It stands for hard working. And so we're gonna get out there and we're gonna work hard for you. So community, I know you're gonna hold them accountable, and this Board of Police Commissioners will hold them accountable. And tomorrow, I know that the chair, the vice chair, will be there with me up on stage as we celebrate those new police officers. And it's Suicide Awareness Month. September is Suicide Awareness Month. We want the community to know that we're here to help anyone who may need help. If you or your loved one has any feelings or sometimes contemplations of hurting yourself or themselves, you can always reach out and call 911. We do have behavioral health specialists embedded in our 911 call center that can get you the help that you need, or you can call 988 if you're feeling suicidal or in crisis. I will tell you, there are a lot of folks out there that are suffering, and as a result, we have far too many people that have access to guns and that do take their own lives as a result of gun violence. And that right there concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. And thank you for reminding us about the importance of today. I think it would be appropriate if we just had a minute of silence for those who perished on 9/11. Thank you very much. At this time, I think, are there any questions or comments? Commissioner Bernard.
First of all, Madam Chair, I want to thank you and the chief, obviously, for recognizing 9/11 today. It's been heavy, if you will, on my heart all day because, of course, they have many, many videos and everything about the towers going down, and then, of course, the Pentagon situation and the people that died on the open land there in Pennsylvania. And I think that one of the things that our community should be particularly proud of is that the man who designed the World Trade Center is a Detroiter. He was actually a friend of my father's. His name is Minoru Yamasaki. He's Japanese. And a wonderful man, very small man, very gracious man, a very talented man. And I remember him telling me that when he was picked as the designer for the World Trade Center, they told him he had 17 square blocks in New York City, in Manhattan, down near the waterfront, and said, do with it what you will. As an Asian person, water is very important to him. So he built the towers with ponds and things like that around it because Asian people believe that water is also spiritual in many respects, and they want to be around it, it's soothing, etc. But what we didn't know, Chief, is that there were so many inventions as a result of the World Trade Center. It was just a phenomenal feat that had never been done in America before. And this little man from the city of Detroit took 3 years to design an elevator system that would take people 115 floors in less than 3 minutes. He did that. And then he had to design a construction of a building that was that could move with the wind and so that it would not ever fall over. We were talking about it. He was obsessed with the fact that, one, that the building could bend but not break, and two, that there was not a single leak in a single panel of glass in the building because of the precision of the engineering. Now, I say this because obviously he's an American hero. He's been on the cover of Time magazine a bunch of times and all that kind of stuff. But he's a Detroit hero. And he also built what used to be called the gas company downtown, that beautiful building across the street from City Hall, and the McGregor Center at Wayne State, and buildings all over the world. So it's personal for many of us here in Detroit who knew Yama, and because of his humility and his kindness and his gentleness and his willingness to just give to the community and give to the world. So it's a sad day for the 3,000 people, obviously, and I've been following it all day. I do it every year just as a matter of habit. And it's a sad day that we lost the most preeminent architect in the history of America, who was a Detroiter and lived right here in Bloomfield Hills, in Detroit at first, and then in Bloomfield Hills. So I thought I'd just use that as a footnote to your statement.
Thank you
Thank
for that
you.
educational moment. Thank
We
you.
need to, we need to know.
Yes,
This-
no, I'm very
We
serious.
don't know
Thank you.
anything about, we need to know.
Thank you.
That's great information for us. Any other comments? Go ahead, Commissioner Banks.
Through the chair, I just want to, I held a community event about about 3 weeks ago. About three weeks ago, and I just want to thank the chief for showing up and coming out, being a blessing to my family, the community in District 3, Chair Woods and Commissioner Moore, for coming out, being a blessing to that District 3 community. They really blessed the people, blessed myself, and I thank them for coming out. I just want to let them know openly. Chief, bless you, man. Really appreciate you so much, man. I really do. Thank you so much. And you spoke very well, too. You blessed the people. Right at my home, you blessed the people greatly, okay? Just want to let you know that.
Thank you, Commissioner. Go ahead,
Welcome.
Commissioner Bernard.
And I want to thank the chief and particularly this community for forging such a great relationship with Marathon Oil. They've given the police department nearly $300,000 for our various initiatives and scholarship programs and award ceremonies, et cetera. So, and this community is responsible for that. We didn't do it. Nobody from downtown did this. This community built that relationship. And it's a pleasure, God knows it's a pleasure for me to be in a room where I can hear, because of an excellent sound system, what's going on, as opposed to it's disgraceful what we have downtown. But it's wonderful to be in a room that has real sound, that's not distorted at any way. And then finally, just, Madam Chair, thank you for indulging me with this.
Madam Chair.
But this is important, and this is to you, Chief. I think all of America right now is concerned, and I'd ask the permission to have a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk for what happened. You and law enforcement are at the head of this investigation, and in terms of addressing this issue of political violence and violence in general within our community. I know that you've already probably talked to your brethren, in other cities, and certainly the FBI here in Detroit and everything, because this is a nationwide issue right now. What happened to a man of peace, a man of God who talked about his faith, talked about his children, talked about his wife, talked about the fact that we have to talk to each other. We cannot continue to settle disputes with guns or angry words or howling and screaming at people and acting ridiculous, which leads to the violence that you try to address every day. So for you and for all of law enforcement, particularly who are involved in this issue, certainly you have my prayers, you have my thoughts, as does Charlie Kirk's family. And with your permission, Madam Chair, I would ask for a moment of silence for a great American. And thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner Jones.
a moment, please. I would also like to thank Chief Bedison and his executive team. Most of us in this room are too young to remember Commander Charles Jackson, who passed a couple of weeks ago and was funeralized on last Saturday. The Chief's office provided the U.S. American flag for him, and they also had an honor guard detail that came out in his memory. So I would like to thank Chief Bedison and the whole executive team for what they did. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other comments? Commissioner Moore?
Just very briefly, and I'm going to ask the question actually offline, Chief, but I just want to bring to your attention, have a conversation about executive protection in the city of Detroit. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other comments by the commissioners? Just one real quick question, Chief. Oh, and I know you probably have the 4th Precinct presenting?
Yes.
Okay, so this will be quick. We had a department-wide phone system blackout, or if you could speak to that, is it still occurring? Has it been resolved?
Everything is good at this moment, and it didn't affect 911 whatsoever. Otherwise, everybody would know about it.
Right.
And so when I got notified of a phone issue, my first question is 911 up? They was like, yes. Okay, so the level of my anxiety went way down. It was the landlines of all of our precincts, and it affected fire as well. And I immediately got on the phone, and I called the CEO of AT&T.
Thank
He answered the phone because I got a cell phone number. And as always, David jumped right on it. And Art Thompson from City IT was on it. And the root cause of what happened is it was AT&T main line, and it was underground. And at one of the manhole covers or underground, water was there. The line was saturated, and as a result, it had been that way for a while, and water had got into it. And so when the water got into it, it caused that main line to short circuit. And so as a result, AT&T had to drain that, dry it out, repair it, and within about 4 hours, got everything back up and going. And so in the interim, we do have backups where we put out a department-wide administrative message to let all of our precinct stations know, pull out the cell phones, because we got cell phone backups. And we push that information out via the media so that citizens could still be able to call their local precincts, and that our officers could be able to communicate with each other as well. So the issue is resolved, and thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you. You can continue with your report. I'm sorry we took a while with the questions.
Nope, not a problem. So at this time, I'll ask the command officer, your commander and captain of the Great 4th Precinct, to come forth, and they're going to give a presentation, and they'll introduce their neighborhood police officers, but they are doing a phenomenal job.
Hello, I am Commander Shelley Holderbaum of the 4th Precinct, and I have my partner, Captain Star Gonzalez. And I would like to thank the Honorable Board for allowing us to come and present to you. And of course, my great chief, who leads the best police department in the nation. and my deputy chief, Jacqueline Pritchett, back there too as well, and my MPOs. I got Garrett Taylor and Iran Mitchell, who's my sergeant, and Monica Luna is around here somewhere too. And I also have the best community. Ustedes son los mejores en todo el mundo, lo saben bien. And I'm also going to
Yeah.
teach my chief to help him learn Spanish. I'm not going to go into the crime because the chief already did that for me. But we are showing records again this year, and we're very proud of that. We have a great strategy. But I'm going to speak to, last year, in July of 2024, the 4th Precinct started to increase in burglary and larcenies. Based off that data, we implemented what we call the Neighborhood Engagement Team. We refer to it as 4NET. 4NET is an intervention aspect dealing with addicted and unsheltered individuals. Specialty court programs and resources through Judge Shannon Holmes. The goal is to learn how to best leverage the specialty court as a resource and provide this population with the best opportunities for rehabilitation. 4NET is only staffed by 1 sergeant and 4 police officers. Some of the duties that they do provide, but not limited to, is they assist detectives in identifying people wanted for retail fraud and larcenies and help in apprehension. Their primary response on mental health runs, they are also CIT trained. They identify and monitor drug dens and fencing networks, address unsheltered encampments, provide wraparound service, engage community outreach service, work directly with specialty court, keep measurable data, and serve as in-service overlap CAR. Our 4NET stats, since we implemented them in August of 2024, have done 225 referrals to specialty court, 23 narcotic-related house closures, 121 felony arrests, 65 misdemeanor arrests, 2,166 tickets, 1,061 traffic stops, 3,428 persons investigated, 1,276 police runs responded. We've taken off in the 4th Precinct 173 guns off the street year to date, targeted enforcement with 639 arrests to date. We do restore orders once a week on a weekly basis. We shut down illegal, non-permitted, unapproved parties and after hours. We're working with our federal partners, which we meet with weekly, and with a focus on non-fatal shootings and gun-related. Our federal partners to date have adopted, since August of 2023, 22 cases related to violent felons. Our community engagement, which is really important to us, our Youth Explorer, Brotherhood and Sisterhood program that the great captain here has implemented and got us rolling with, our gun lock distribution, continuous monthly meeting with our great community group that we're so proud of always. We just met on Tuesday. We also have a victims advocate who assists citizens with PPOs, translation, and U visas. Ms. Ramirez, please stand up. This is Miss Minnie. She's great. The our MPOs conducting programs which include anti-bullying classes, conflict resolution, gun safety, police encounters, See, Click, Fix education, which we actually took the ordinance for the abandoned vehicles and had it translated in Spanish and Arabic for our community. Upcoming community events in the precinct. The Detroit Lions have an event on Friday, September 12th in the center of the neighborhood. We can't announce where it's going to be at because it's a ticketed event. We got Trunk or Treat at the 4th Precinct, which is going to be October 31st. We have a monthly senior movie night where our MPOs go up and pick the seniors up and bring them to the precinct for movie night. Faith in Blue, which is October 11th through October 13th. We got the drug take back on October 25th, and our MPOs have a weekly middle school and high school functions. That's all I have for the 4th Precinct.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there any questions? Commissioner Moore.
Not a question, but mainly a comment. I just want to thank you, Commander Holderbaum and Captain, for your organic presentation, as well as the chief. You know, your commander was a hostage negotiator. A lot of people don't know that. That's how I met her, working midnights, you know, being recalled after hours to negotiate scenes as a part of the Metropolitan Division, which handle high-risk situations. So I just appreciate you, Shelley, to the hilt. Y'all make it happen here in Southwest, and thank you so much.
Commissioner Bernard, and then Commissioner Woods.
Just quickly, all these lovely women on the first row have on a really, really sharp T-shirt. And I want to know what it stands for and how do I get one?
Well,
I'll buy it.
Commissioner
I'm
Bernard, they
buying it.
won't even give one to me.
You can't get, they're not for sale. Okay.
Could
What do
we,
they
could
stand
we
for?
ask them to stand up and turn
Yes,
around so
they
the
are
audience can
awesome.
see your T-shirts?
That's the thing right there.
What-
Yes.
Can you go to the microphone so everybody can hear if you don't mind? Thank you. I can hear.
Actually, this is, I am the president of Fourth Precinct Community Relations, and I have my whole board here. So we have Nicole Fisher, who is our secretary. Our recorder secretary is Norma Galvan. Our treasurer is Felicita Lugo, and our vice president, the one that hits me in the back when I do something wrong, is Marie Overall. So she checks me all the time. So
Yeah,
she was not feeling good today, but she is on the air. She can hear us, and we miss you, Marie. So. Oh, and the shirts. Only the board wears those shirts.
So what do you do to your association? Can you tell us, if you don't mind? Thank you.
Actually, we have monthly meetings. We are the best. Fourth Precinct Community Relations, I'm sorry to say, Fourth Precinct is the best. We have awesome speakers. Monthly, we have refreshments, but our speakers are the main things why our community comes out. They tell me what they want, and I bring them in. So it can be city ombudsman, it can be, this Tuesday, we had 911 talk about the senior citizens, and, I don't know what else to say.
The Red
We are bringing
Cross.
in awesome. Oh, we are having a blood draw. Please come out, Marathon, bring your employees. It's on September the 25th from what time, Sarge? 12 to 6. So bring that arm. And they're going to give you cookies and juice. You guys are going to love it.
Thank you, Herminia.
I would like to also say too, there's going to be dinner served. I told Ms. Walton I would do this. There's going to be dinner served after the meeting. It's going to be catered by Roman Village, so Wood should be right outside here.
Thank you. Commissioner Woods?
Yes, I just want to uplift the great work that the commander and the captain is doing over here. Anytime I get on the phone and call them, when citizens are calling me about some violence or some issues, they are always picking up the phone and responding rapidly to those issues. And it was also a pleasure to work with you guys on the Whip It campaign. And so that's a vitally important initiative to be able to make sure that businesses are not poisoning our citizens with that garbage. And so we definitely appreciate and applaud you guys and continue to be the chief tutor because I want to see how far he get with this. He said in a year, he said he's going to be fully bilingual. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions?
Through the
Commissioner
chair.
You ladies are all so pretty.
sorry.
It's amazing.
Through the chair.
Gorgeous.
Yes, Commissioner Carter?
I do have a question, and it's regarding the misinformation that's out there about INS. And we're in the 4th Precinct. I'd like for you, Commander, Captain, to speak on what's happening, what's really happening. Because there is a lot of misinformation about Detroit Police Department participating in the arrest of individuals and things like that. So can you speak on that, please?
Well, it's the policy of the Detroit Police Department, and it's actually ordinance. We do not work with the federal entities. We do not ask anybody what their status is. We actually, Ms. Ramirez will be the first one, we help in the processing of helping our community with U visas. Ms. Minnie gets them done, and I process them and get them over to the chief for signing. We've had several community events where we've actually showed our community, this is what we wear. We even showed our uniforms. We showed the CIT uniforms. We showed them our different cars. We want them to understand this is not the Detroit Police Department. I have even pulled in at 6 o'clock in the morning and had them getting ready to go do an operation and have asked them, please don't come here. It's so important that we build our community trust. And with you in my parking lot, that makes it very difficult. And they agreed, and they did not come back. So, you know, we don't work with them, we don't help them, and we respect them. And if they call for help and it comes over the radio that they need assistance, then we will go, we'll stand by until they are safe, and then we're out again.
And I
Thank
just
you.
wanted
Go
to
ahead,
just
Chief.
add a little bit of additional clarity. And so Detroit is a welcoming city, but we're not a sanctuary city. And so for folks to really understand the difference, the FBI, if they're driving down the street and somebody runs a red light, the FBI is not going to pull them over and write a traffic citation. That's not their lane. When it comes to immigration enforcement, naturalization enforcement, the Detroit police, that's not our lane. We do not do that. However, we're not going to interfere or impede ICE, the federal government, from doing their job. We're just not going to do it. Where sanctuary cities, they will actually stop getting involved and not cooperate. And so that's the biggest difference when it comes to detainers, for example. If we make an arrest just like we do with anybody, if you're breaking the law in the city of Detroit, the Detroit Police Department is going to enforce that regardless of what your status is. We don't know, but you will be arrested. And when you go to the Detroit Detention Center, we enter everybody's fingerprints into our lien. At that point, if you're an American citizen and it comes back that, say, for example, you're wanted in Atlanta, Georgia. After we get done processing you in Michigan, we will notify Atlanta and see, based off of their warrant that's in the system, they have the option to come pick you up, et cetera. And if they choose to, we'll turn you over to them, but they have to come get you. We're not gonna take them to, Atlanta. And if it's an individual that has a detainer and it's in the system, then at that point, and ICE contacts us and it's a detainer, we would turn them over at that point. But we're not calling them. They would only be able to see it if it's already in the system. So that's the extent of how we cooperate, but I just wanted to be very, very clear when it comes to the difference between a welcoming city and a sanctuary city. Thank you.
Thank you. I have I'm sorry, go ahead, Commissioner Moore.
Well, the chief, thank you, Madam Chair. The chief mentioned lean. I don't know if a lot of citizens know what lean is.
Yep, thank you so much. We get to talking sometimes in police world with these acronyms, and I'm looking at the audience like, yeah, lean. That's our law enforcement information network. And so every police entity in Michigan utilizes that, and they have national crime databases, and that's one of them right there. Another acronym that you'll hear us use all the time is NIBIN. And so that's our national ballistic system, where if we find a shell casing, we'll put the shell casing in there, and if it's already entered another shell casing from that same gun, that's how you can tell that these bullets came from the same gun, and how we're able to tell if the gun was involved in another crime. And so we utilize our various technologies, put it in there, but thank you so much. And so lean, we enter our fingerprints, they go to that system, and that helps us identify who an individual is if you already have a criminal record that's in the system. If you've never been arrested, your fingerprints are not in there, and so it wouldn't come back to you.
I have just a real quick question. Are you noticing, Commander or Captain, are you noticing less calls for assistance or people coming into the precinct as a result of, ICE being in the area? Is there less people coming? Because we're hearing, some of the leaders in the community are hearing that people in our community are not calling the police. They're afraid, that they're going to take their information and use it to get ICE, to deport them or somebody in their family. So are you seeing numbers decreasing? I would be very concerned if people are not calling the police when they need to, when they need help.
I believe historically in the area, that has always been a concern. But I have not seen a drop in the numbers for the calls of service, as well as the citizens coming in and making police reports too as well. I think in the beginning, that possibility was there, probably in like late January and February, but we have not seen that.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Thank you. Thank you for the very informative reports. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
At this time, we're going to have oral communications, the public comment, and please remember the 2-minute limit for your comments, and inappropriate language and comments may delay TV broadcasts and video posts. Do we have our first speaker, please?
Our first speaker will be Ms. Ramirez, then former Commissioner William Davis. Please state your name for the record.
My name is Herminia Ramirez. They call me Minnie. I am the president of 4th Precinct Community Relations Council and also a member of HPOA. I wanted to mention that, first of all, thank you for coming to the chair, the whole board, thank you for coming. And we were the ones that picked Marathon. I also enclosed, I believe in your packet, you have everything that Marathon has done for our community and the reason why we picked Marathon. If you can see it, it's in your package. They have gone beyond. They also provided HPOA scholarship monies as well as our backpack that we just recently did, Family Fun Day, Kedemi Center. So I just wanted to add those, but I just wanted to make sure you received that in your package, what Marathon has done for us. So we're very proud. And I'd like to thank personally my friend, Whitney Walton. Where are you? She has helped us so much. So I just wanted to say that, and that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Through the chair.
Thank you, Minnie. Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You have to, wait, first let me just say, Ms. Garcia's here, a friend of mine, and she's one of the leaders in Southwest Detroit. You do have to submit a card to our secretary here if you want to speak, Jane. Yeah, just submit your card to her, and she'll put you on the list. And I'm sorry, you wanted to say something else?
Yes. Also, I am the YWCA victim advocate that is housed inside the 4th Precinct. I'm the one that connects you had mentioned, what else have we done? I'm the one that connects them to their detectives. I'm the one that translates if they need me. I am the one that does the personal protection orders, work well with the Wayne County as well as the judicial process. So I am housed in there. I'm not a city worker, I'm with the YWCA, but I am housed in there. And I love our commander and our captain. They have done a lot in our community. And I'm so proud that actually Commander Holdebong speaks real good Spanish, Chief, real good.
Yeah, thank you. Commissioner Woods?
Yes, through the chair. My position in terms of being in Marathon is based upon the fact that I don't believe that we as commissioners should be any corporate entity. I think that we should be in public spaces. And, so when I made that statement, it was not a disparaging thing on Marathon. Whatever they're doing for the community is what they're doing for the community. But we're not in the business of promoting any corporation through this entity. And so that was my position, and then I know there has been a lot of issues throughout the years, and I've talked to commissioners, and they had told me about some of the things that has been done that has changed, which is, I really, really appreciate that, because I focus on the quality of life of folks, in my community in the city of Detroit, but I just don't feel that we should be in any corporate space. I believe that we should be in public spaces, and so that's why I made that statement on the other week.
Any other comments? Next speaker, please. Commissioner Davis.
Hello, everyone. William
Hello.
M. Davis here. I know where I was at 24 years ago. I was right at the wastewater treatment plant in 9300 West Jefferson. In fact, a lot of people don't realize that, but the wastewater treatment plant was already had Homeland Security visiting us in the case of an event, any type of event, because over there we had tank cars of chlorine. I guess they still do. I've been retired for a while. But, you know, that was a natural target, especially in so much that this area didn't get the attention I thought it should have been getting. Anyway, this is where I was, right up 9300 West Jefferson, you know, and we had a whole lot of stuff we was going through because it was a high alert already. Also, I started out here in 1978. I know I look young, but I was a poor college student. You know, I already had the degree in law enforcement. I was working on a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice at that time. And one of the things, a lot of my career, I was a union steward in ASME and UAW supervisors. Part of my duties was to make sure and bring up the fact that Marathon was not always a good partner because at one time the Rouge River was catching on fire. There was a lot of pollution in this area. And some of it was coming from here, some of it was coming from other entities in this area. And also, at one time, the city used to do mock exercises to be prepared for a number of incidents. I think that we should be doing that more so than what's going on. In fact, during the course of the time I was there, I became a FEMA incident commander. I was one of the few people that actually had that status. But I think we need to make sure that this area is safer, because I figure I had to come out here because I know where I was at 24 years ago. And I think we all need to recognize that some corporations, they might start being better, but you always have to keep an eye on them. Have a good day.
Thank you, Commissioner. Ms., will you be keeping track of the 2 minutes? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker?
Our next speaker will be Jane C. Garcia, Chair of LASED Board. And then after Ms. Garcia, we'll have Jaden Allen.
Buenas tardes.
Hello.
I am so happy to be here, and I want to commend the commissioners. I want you to know that it's so important to have your meetings in the community, and this is a great example of people coming out to support. I've gone to some meetings where it's just me and a couple of other people, so this is so wonderful. I think it's important, something you need to duplicate, Mr. Chief, on the east side where they need so much help. Samaritan would be open to you to have a community meeting, and I hope you join us there because I think it's very important that we do that. You know, this is 4217. Hallelujah. And you got a great representative in Tyrone Carter who calls me up and said, don't forget to show up, Jane. I want you to know that we have so many people involved, your commander, your volunteers. You just need to duplicate what we have here across the city, Mr. Chief. And I hope that you look at it and seriously consider doing that, what they're doing here, because I think it's very important. Gracias.
Thank you. Thank you, Jane. Our next speaker, please.
He's coming. He's coming.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jay Allen. I just wanted to share my appreciation for the youth advisory panel. I'm a fairly new member. I've only been on there for about only 1 year, but we have a lot of events that help the youth and the police get closer connected, such as the Peacenik, where we gave out job opportunities to the youth, and as well as having games and teaching the importance about police safety. We've also had a panel at Wayne State, the school I currently go to. The youth panel has really helped me a lot. I've gotten to make a lot of connections there. With my connections, I've participated in the Detroit Shadow Program, where I've gotten to personally meet Mayor Mike Duggan. I've I was interviewed, and I've got to shadow and see how they renovate the neighborhoods under the Department of Neighborhoods. I've also interviewed former police commissioner in Charles Anderson. We've talked about the use of AI in the police force, as well as the current state of the city. Upcoming, we have a video of us eating and talking about current issues at Thursday, and yeah, the applications are currently open for 2026. That's it. Thank you to the youth panel.
Thank you.
Through the chair.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Woods.
Man, you guys are absolutely amazing. You guys touch my heart, and I'm sure you touch everybody's heart in here. We really, really thank God for you young men and all of the youth advisory panel. Again, a shout out to Teresa Blossom, and I know that Commissioner Carter has been actively involved with this group as well. And so we really, really appreciate your leadership.
Thank you all for being here. Next speaker?
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, that's our last speaker. Oh, no, we're in Zoom.
We're in Zoom, yes, I thought so. We have one more that wants to speak.
Okay.
Okay, just go to the microphone.
And state your name for the record.
Greetings, everyone. I'm William Perkins. I have been a part of the Youth Advisory Panel, for going on 3 years now. This panel has been nothing less of amazing. I've grown as a person, I've grown as a leader, and a mentor. This group is needed so much within Detroit communities because it supports young adults and it helps them find their way and understand where they live at and what's happening around them, you know what I mean? We support BPOC not only providing support with younger knowledge and understanding, we also do so much more. Detroit needs more youth minds to get them understanding where youth people are getting lost. YAP and BPOC help Detroit find those lost souls and bring them back to greatness. So if you have any young adults who are in the age of 15 to 24, tell them to apply, because I promise you, you won't be disappointed. The work that we do in our panel is revolutionary, and we're making a difference. In the words of former Vice President Kamala Harris, we won't go back. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. And Commissioner Woods has applications here if there's anybody interested. Any other speakers?
Through the chair, I'm sorry. If I could say real quick.
Oh, yes, Commissioner.
We'd like to have representation from every precinct, every corner of the city of Detroit on the Youth Advisory Panel. So if you know anybody, like they said, please tell them to apply. It's worth it. Thank you.
And through the chair, is it a stipend there?
So the stipend is through a grant from the Skillman Foundation. We are looking for other funders. Everything that they do, it costs money, so we do need to keep that in mind going forward, that we need funding.
Absolutely.
To support these young people. Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Moore?
you think that we can get it scanned in, the application scanned in, we can send it out to the precinct commanders who can give it out to their block clubs?
I think that's an excellent idea. Yes. Can we make a note of that, Secretary? Thank you. Yes, Commissioner Smith?
You know, you all make me feel like a proud mother. You are so impressive. I am so proud of you all. The children that I interact with almost on a daily basis is so disheartening, but to see you all and what you all choose to do is so, so impressive, and I'm so proud of you.
And I would just say that you all you really need to know Commissioner Smith because she's so involved in the community. You're still involved with Ceasefire? Ceasefire is an excellent program that, you know, they intervene with gang, go ahead.
We're community violence intervention and gang violence intervention.
And they do a great, great job. So, you know, we have some commissioners here that are very involved in the community. It would be great to get to know us and to engage with you, definitely. Any other Zoom callers? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Madam Chair, we have one caller on Zoom, Mr. Rue.
Good evening, Chief Bettison. You're doing a great job. I hope everybody can hear me clearly. I want to send out my appreciation again, public acknowledgement. You're doing a wonderful job, and I know the DPD, Detroit Police Department, is in great hands with your leadership. Now it brings me to the hard task of Eva DeWalsh, your vice chairperson. Now, since Kenesha Coleman was murdered, I went through Willie Bell, Jim Holly, Brian Sloppy Toppy Ferguson, Quantez Presley, and Daryl Fake A $. Well, me and Rush did it. The evidence is conclusive, irrefutable, concrete, steel tooth, bear trap proof. Me and Rush unable to articulate who informed her that Kenesha had been shot. There are leading pathologists across this country who are in total agreement with the conclusion. There is also aggravated assault complaint filed by 8th Precinct Officer. You need to bring him forward in front of the board so he can explain to you what he witnessed and what he saw on that day, July 16th, 2020, when he arrived on the scene over where Kenesha was murdered at by the man Rush.
Madam Chair, that is your last speaker.
Thank you. At this time, the board secretary's report, please.
Madam Chair, through the chair, there are a number of items in your for information packet today. I don't think we can express enough about there are youth advisory panel openings, and it is out on Gov Delivery. I do believe that we have information out in the precincts, but we will double check and make sure that it's widespread announced. The deadline is coming up quickly, September 30th. There's also notice of public budget meetings on September 22nd and 29th in your packets as well. Directly related is the DPD budget presentation during that time. Also, your weekly reports are in your binder under tab 6, facial recognition and shot spotter. And there's another piece of incoming correspondence from the chief's office, and the Chair DeWalsh has forwarded that to HR for the appropriate analysis. And I believe that is all under the report at this time, Madam Chair.
The next meetings?
Thank you. Next week, 3 p.m. at headquarters is the next weekly board meeting, which will be Thursday, September 18th at 3 p.m. The next community meeting will be in the 3rd precinct at Considine Little Rock Recreation Center, located at 8904 Woodward Avenue. That's October 9th, 6:30 PM in the 3rd Precinct. Committee meetings upcoming are as follows. Policy, Tuesday, September 16th at 5 PM, and policy again on Tuesday, September 30th at 5 PM. And also, the Budget Committee will be meeting Tuesday, September 30th at 4 PM. Thank you, Madam Chair, for the reminder.
Thank you. Is there any unfinished business? Any new business? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
It's been moved and supported. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight.